back to Bunkai Strategies, and having established the parts of contact that we make, we then need to look at the yielding side of things, because for every yang there must be a yin. So taking a straight push that comes in, we get this impact here, and the natural thing to do is to kind of feed back off it, or to try to resist it. But having already seen the 45-degree rule, then we know that as something comes in at us, we actually want to just adopt an angle. Now, that bit's already been covered. So what's this bit about? Well, it's what goes on with your hands while that's happening. You see, a straight gets deflected. That doesn't mean that we stop here and push it all the way out. It means that as it comes in, we allow it to come through and then pick up this side. So that hands our initial distraction. Now, if you're just going to let him land and hit him, then the next part's not necessary. But if you're looking for something else to happen, then from here, this hand needs to come up and take hold and slide down. And it doesn't grab, it attaches. So with that going on, this sticking, following pattern is how we get hold of these swinging punches and attacks. So we start with the straight as to how we obtain it. And it might be that we start like this, and the punch comes in and we receive and attach. And that gives us our positioning for solo, or your outside to inside block, and these kind of adhering techniques that then allow us to move into whatever else it is. Now, once we start like that, we then move on to shorter and even attempting to grab and anything else that you want to do to shorten that. And then you move on to how you deal with the hook. Now, it could be that when that hook comes in, you just come straight in and do something. But let's face it, when that hook comes in, we might still want to get to the outside line. So when that happens, we're going to let this ride over and get to exactly that same position. And this is, people say, if this is a grabbing hand pulling, how are you ever going to grab that and pull it to here? Well, you're not, unless it's obviously staged like that. So the way that we actually do it is to make a contact and then just adhere. You keep that stuck to you because there's pressure being applied, and it might be that you need to start quite slowly. And so you're going to receive that and just bring it over and bring it to here. But it's like with all things, if you make it your practice, that when it comes in at speed, we're just bringing it into here because that's what we do, that's what we train to do, then you can get there because it's what you train to do. People say, well, there's always going to be 2, 3 attacks, 4 attacks, there's going to be sequences. Okay, so what happens now is he comes in with sequences. And he's still brought down to there because that's what we train to do. So this is how we get to latching, how we get to making hikite, so that we understand A, hikite, and B, how to get there. With that principle in place, you can then move on to all the complicated locks, throws, and everything else that you ever want to use. You just adopt and adapt this so that you get to the stage where you don't know what's coming, you're just going to deal with it in the same way because that's what we do. So whatever attack's coming in, I'm always going to go to there if that's what I do. And hopefully that's not too many times saying that's what I do. Just